I'm going to be talking to you today about trigeminal neuralgia. So this happened about, has it been 5 years already? It was after COVID. And I can remember one day at school, I think it was my first period class. And it was an Art 2 class, and I was helping students with art as usual. And I remember every once in a while I would talk and I would get these zaps, like I am right now when I'm talking. And I really didn't think much of it. I didn't think it was that big of a deal. I thought, well, it's nothing. I'm doing okay. My tooth isn't hurting. It's not teeth. It's not anything. So I go along, and it's almost Labor Day weekend, because this was the start of a new school year. And it was Labor Day weekend, and my parents, we went to Oklahoma City like we usually do. And I can remember even before we left for Oklahoma City, I was in my living room here at my house, and I would bend over and it would just be this throbbing pain. I thought, am I having a toothache? What is going on? It wasn't a toothache. I had went to my dentist because I would have these throbbing pains when we were in Oklahoma City during that time, and my mom was going, well, maybe you should get an appointment with a dentist and go see what's going on. So I went to the dentist at my local family, one that we've gone to for years, and he does x-rays, he does an overlook of all my teeth. They do things, they look at it, they're pondering, he's pondering, they don't know what's wrong. They even sent me to another dentist, actually orthodontist in Amarillo. He had me take a flash drive over to them so that they could get a copy of a picture that they couldn't see on their computer. So, that was a big wild goose chase. And the orthodontist that they had me go to said that I could possibly have a ghost pain. And a ghost pain is like, you think a tooth is hurting, but it's really not. But it's been injured because it's thriving off what has happened, because it had hurt so much, because you had teeth work done. And I can put a definition at the top, what trigeminal is and what that is and everything. Anyway, I go back to the dentist. I took a day off from teaching school to do this, so I am literally going back and forth to city to local town, city to local town. So I go back to my family dentist, and they have somebody, so I'm having to wait a few minutes to get back in. But he gets on the computer, puts the flash drive in, he gets the picture, and he goes, there's nothing wrong. We don't know what's wrong. I mean, he said, plan B, we could take a tooth out if it's killing you. Plan C, I was hurting so much that I just wanted somebody to pull out the tooth and let's be done with it. So I'm testing my mom, going, what should I do? Should I have a tooth pulled? What do we need to do? She said, no. Because he said, what I can do is if you're having a pain, and if we think it's a abscess tooth, I'll give you some amoxicillin, and you can take that and see how the pain does. So they prescribed me amoxicillin. I take it. Nothing happens. I still have this pain, throbbing, I'm dying. And I can remember sitting on the couch on the weekends with my mom and dad watching Downton Abbey through all of this. And I'm literally saying to my mom, this is hurting so bad. I don't know what to do. I can't eat. I can't drink. I can't brush my teeth. I can't do anything. So my dentist had told me before I had left that day that he said, you might have trigeminal neuralgia. And what trigeminal neuralgia is it's a facial pain. My aunt on my mom's side, who's her sister, has it on both sides of her face. So we both have something in common. We both have this issue. I have just been dealing with it for so many years. I have been on 2 kinds of prescriptions. The first one I started out was carbamazepine. You know, when they got me on carbamazepine, well, let me backtrack. So after I go to the dentist, I go to my doctor, I tell her what's going on, and she is thinking, because I wrote this entire letter describing day by day, hour by hour, what I was feeling. And I copied it out. It was 3 to 4 pages long. I gave it to my doctor. She read it. She came back. And you know how the rigmarole with doctors, you had to go through a nurse, and then they come in, and then the doctor comes in, and then all that, and you had to tell their story 2 times again. So I go through all that menagerie, and the doctor says, yeah, I really do think you do too have trigeminal neuralgia. So I get put on this carbamazepine medicine. We go out on a weekend. We see my aunt for something. We eat at this Italian restaurant, and I'm talking about all these pains that I'm having. And she says, yes, you have trigeminal neuralgia. You have what I have. You have the same symptoms that I had when I first started out. So I have trigeminal neuralgia. So they get me prescribed on this carbamazepine. I take it 3 times a day. I took that for about 2 years, and then it came back. My pain was coming back. I was hurting. I would not put this on anybody out there. It is terrible. They call it the suicide disease because it hurts so much that you just can't live with yourself. It's terrible, and I would not put it out on anybody. It is a terrible disease. There is no cure for it. You're on medicine for the rest of your life. And here I am, 38, single, and not married, don't have children. You know, my entire life is kind of at a block where, you know, I nothing. I am taking carbamazepine, backtracking, and it works for about 2 to 3 years, 2.5 years. And they put me on another level of it, I think. And I take it. Okay, here's the thing. I was taking it 3 times a day, and it was working, and I wasn't feeling anything. And then my mom was getting worried about the fact that I was taking this medicine at such a young age, and she was like, well, what if you get married? What if you have children? I don't want you on this medicine. So I go to the doctor, I talk to her, I'm like, my mom is concerned about my future of being on this medicine since I'm so young, and if I were to ever get married, if I were to ever have children, I couldn't. And I still can't. So she says, okay, we'll get you off of it and just do 2 times a day. So I'm taking it 2 times a day, and it's still, you know, I'm hurting. I can't live with myself. I can't deal with this pain. like, what am I going to do? So I see my doctor in the summer, and she says, let's get you blood work. Let's get some blood work done and see if this medicine is actually working. And it's not. So she had to change my prescription to gabapentin. I have been on gabapentin for about a year. I can see where it's helping somewhat. I'm not hurting as much, but within the past years, like last year, I was in more pain. And you know, with any job you have, you're going to have stress. And I had huge amounts of stress for the past few years, and I can see where it's dealing with some of my pain. So I was hurting so bad last year that I was like, I need help. So I called my doctor. I remember calling them after my last period of the day, because I had my conference during that period. And I remember calling my doctor and saying, I am in so much pain, I need help. So they gave me a painkiller. Well, this painkiller medicine I could not take. I don't even remember what it was called. I think I threw it away. But it made me so weird in the head, and it only worked for an hour. So I called my doctor back. I'm saying this is not working. They wanted me to come in. I talked to the doctor, and they said, yeah, I think we're going to have to up your, because we can go up on gabapentin and make it stronger. So they changed my prescription. I don't remember the number. I can put it down the screen of what mg I am on. I'm having to take it 3 times a day, where when I was taking it first, I was taking it 2 times a day. So I'm taking it 3 times. No. I was put on it for 3 times a day, and I was just kind of, playing with it, because I was like, well, I'm not really hurting that much, blah, blah, blah. And so I think I killed myself in doing that, because I wasn't staying on a consistent schedule. I think all this medicine is about staying on a consistent schedule. Do it, take it when it's supposed to be taken. So now we are in the present, we are in the future, and I am still taking gabapentin 3 times a day. I am still in pain. The worst pain comes when it's girl time. And afterwards, it's not as bad. I can tell there's been a difference in this medicine. I can see where it's maybe kind of helping me. It's really hard to talk about this, because people don't really understand this disease. I would not put it on anybody, because you go through life, and the thing is too, I never hurt throughout the day at school. I hurt in the mornings when I wake up, and then at night. But throughout the day, I don't hurt. But by the end of the day, I do. Powerful, I guess you could say, like a superhero. It's made me more able to take pain not as bad, if that made sense. I have dealt with it, and I'll tell you something with this trigeminal neuralgia. It's weird, because when I first started it, I literally thought I had something growing in my mouth. It's that kind of feeling. You feel like you're on the outside, your face is growing. And then there's been moments that I felt like I have something stuck in my mouth. And then there's been moments that it's just like those pop rock, what are they called? Rock candy? No, not rock candy. That popping candy. It feels like that popping candy sometimes, like something's popping. Other people I'm on this trigeminal neuralgia support group on Facebook, and I've read a lot of stories, and some people even deal with migraines. I thankfully am blessed that I do not have to put up with migraines. I don't have to deal with that. I've seen on TikTok some girls who deal with this pain, and they have a swollen eye. It has messed up their face. I am blessed to the belief of I'm actually normal. If I could go back and tell myself when I was a teenager that I was going to have trigeminal neuralgia, I would have laughed at my face and go, no, no, I'm not. I would not have believed it. But you just think when you're young and you're going through life, and I look back at the old Disney World pictures. My mom has this picture frame computer, and it like goes through a rotation of shuffling photos from our past trips that we've been on. And I look at them and I go, at that time of that picture, I did not have this. And the year that I did, and the year that we went, and I was on that carbamazepine medicine, I felt okay. I was able to enjoy the trip. But it's just so hard. And I'm nervous about this trip because it's the Festival of the Arts. I have been looking so forward to this trip. And I'm just hoping that I am not in pain. I want to be able to enjoy it. And I'm hoping that this medicine will help. And I'll be able to enjoy the food, you know. But like today, I'm not hurting as bad. I'm actually able to talk. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, people. The students that watch my videos, I'm sorry. You get to see me cry. But, I would not put this out on anybody. It's a terrible disease, and I wish that there could be a cure for everybody that has this, because all the stories I've read, it's just terrible. And I feel sorry for those that are in more pain than I am. I really do. And I pray for those out there that are dealing with this. I pray for all of us to keep strong and to keep each other, you know. If any of you out there watch my videos have family members, siblings, spouses, kids, let me know your stories out there. I'd love to read my comments. So please tell me if y'all are dealing with this as well, or if you have family members that you know that are dealing with this, and just let them know for me that I am praying for them. I am praying for all of us, and hoping that maybe someday in the future that doctors can, you know, they can. There's a surgery, it's called MVD, microvascular something, and they cut the side of your area because it goes into your brain, and they cut it open, and they can trigger that nerve and I guess kill it. I don't know, but I'm not going to get the surgery. I'm scared to go under the knife. I'm scared to go to any sort of surgery just because of what we're dealing with. I just don't want to go through that. So I will honestly and faithfully take the medicine and not have to deal with the surgery until it is the critical condition that I have to. But I'm not going to have the surgery at all. It's too expensive, and I've heard stories and I've read stories on the support group page that I'm on, and they said it's not worth it. It comes back. It never goes away. So I'm like, if a surgery doesn't even work and the medication works at so far at a point, there's no cure. It's horrible. I wouldn't put it on anybody to have. And I've told my students about it at the beginning of the year. I told them that I had this disease. And it's hard to explain to them that it's not on the outside. I'm fine on the outside. It's on the inside. And it's just a facial nerve pain. It's just a nerve. You have 3 parts of your brain, and it's like a vein that makes a tree, and it's just right in here. And it's probably the more, because I'd always tell my mom, I'm like, why do my ears itch? My ears itch all the time. Well, that's part of that. It's all directly connected to your ear as well. I think I'm going to end this video in talking about and coping with trigeminal neuralgia. If anybody has questions or comments or anything, please let me know. But it's very difficult to live with, but I just know that I have to go on, and I have to be there for my kids, and I take my medicine and go on throughout the day and come home, eat as best as I can, take my medicine at night, sleep, get up the next morning, hurt for a little bit, take my medicine, and I'm fine again. It's just, this is like, when they said COVID, well, this is the normal. Well, this is my normal. And I'm dealing with it. I'm making strides. And I'm going to make it. I'm going to be okay. But I just wanted to make a video about coping with it and telling you an update of how it's been going. And before Christmas break, I was really hurting really bad. And over Christmas break, the first week, I could tell a new symptom had arisen with it. And then it was hurting when I was swallowing. I couldn't swallow very good my food. And I was like, is that my tongue? Or what is going on? And I could feel it underneath when I would swallow. So my mom was telling me, she said, you better call. Don't depend on an app on the phone. Call the clinic. So I called the clinic and I told them what was going on, and they upped my prescription. That's how come it has gone to this point. And I am able to eat, I'm able to swallow, and I am dealing with it to the best that I can. I'm trying to smile more. I'm trying to regain my smile back. I can see where the exercise of smiling has kind of helped it, because I was going through years and years of not smiling. I didn't have a smile on my face. I couldn't make it. But I am regaining it, and I am trying to smile a lot more, because you know what, people, life is too short. That's why I told my coworkers and my kids that this year I want to be positive more. I want to think positive and smile more, because it's important. It's very, very important to be happy. I wear lounge clothes. But I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Stay blessed, and just know that I love y'all, and I'm praying for y'all. And I hope you will subscribe if you have not. And please click the notification bell to be notified for every video I upload. And let me know down in the comments below about your trigeminal journey. I really hope this video takes off, because I feel like this is a health video, and it will show people that you are not alone in this journey of having trigeminal neuralgia, that there is somebody with you on it. And you know, I say it out just like I'm, doing a PR, advertising it. Just know that I am dealing with it. It's not going to bring me down. I want to keep pushing forward. I want to keep fighting. And I'm going to be positive, and I'm going to be happy. Everybody, I love y'all. This is the